Yeah, so you see we have to start the USB web server. We will make a chat today, and this is the software which you can get from Moodle. So when you double click, you start the USB web server. Now, if the server is successfully started, you can type localhost in a web browser, and you will see the information about the USB web server. How it works, I don't know. Maybe you already have worked with the similar technologies, because similar technologies are, for example, XAMPP or WAMP. These are the technologies which you can also use to install the PHP web server or Apache server. But here, what is good, it is not attached to installation of some software to your machine, and it can be downloaded and launched from USB stick. So this is why I like it more. But of course, it is like with the limited possibility, but for creation of chat application, it is quite enough. And you see the directory root. In the directory root, you have the web page. If you put the web page here, this web page is displayed in this case. But we need to change the root directory because you know that in our VS Code, so we can open the VS Code, and here I have the previous project. So I just need to close the previous project, and I will need to open the new one. So I will open the new folder, and you can see that there is another folder like which I want to open. So it is not it is like 3D SMK 3D. So there is one more folder, but I want to have another one, and I want to go for what I have here, SMK 3D. I just want to create not 3D, but just want to have. I have the folder dev. Yeah, I have the folder dev, and here I have the folder chat. I think I have where I have the chat. So here, yeah, PHP chat. So you see, this is the folder which I want to open. So I will open this folder, and for now it's empty. So now the folder is empty, but I want to work with this folder as a root. And you can see that in the USB web server, you have the root directory. And if you have the root directory, it opens basically the root directory here. So what we need to do, we need to change the root directory to the directory which we need. And this directory is basically PHP chat. So here we can have PHP chat. So we need to set this directory as the root. And you can do whatever you want with your own directory. So what you need to do, you need to copy the path to the directory. So here we need to copy the path for the directory. And you need to enter the settings, but not here. You can close the USB web server at the moment, and you can go to the USB web server folder where it is installed, and you have to open settings. If you open settings, you can have a USB web server ini file. In this file, you define basic things like the port for Apache server, the port for MySQL. You can do some other additional things like English language as a default one, and you can see the root is the path. But this path you have to comment, because this path is the initial path which is by default, which is in the folder like of the USB server and going to the folder root. But what we need to do, we need to make our own root, and this is the path which we have done. So just make it, just save it, and when you do like this, then you can say that as soon as you start the USB web server, as soon as you have to restart the USB web server afterward. So as soon as you start it, you will have basically the thing that here you will see the local host, and if you now just open the local host, you can see there is nothing, because there is nothing to see. But as soon as you create here, for example, index.php, so let us create here the index.php file or index.html, index.html. So if we create here index.html, and we can use the basic, for example, hello world. So we can try to have here like the basic web page. So Mhm. So then you can see the local server. The local server will have the hello world. So do you understand it? Yeah. Then maybe we can do like this. Share your screen. I can guide you because it will be better. So now we know how to do that. If someone else has some questions, then you can see. But now we need to create, let's say so, we need to create our basic things. And we will work in PHP. And for now, we have to firstly make a kind of special web page for the chat application. Yeah, so that's why if we have this one index HTML, I will rename it to index PHP. Basically, it doesn't change anything because PHP is on the server as well. So you see, if you make it index PHP, it basically doesn't change anything here. And look, cannot validate the PHP because actually VS Code is not very friendly to PHP. If you want to have a good PHP friendly environment, it is IntelliGI. I don't remember exactly the name, but it was really nice one. But it's you need to pay for that, so it doesn't matter actually whether we use it for VS Code. You can also, if you like PHP, you can also use Notepad++. It gives also a possibility to recognize PHP language, but for us, VS Code is totally fine. And then yeah, no, idea is for Java. But if you want to know, I can show IntelliGI. JetBrains is also for Java. IntelliGI, IntelliGI PHP environment. I forgot the name. It's like for yes, PHP Storm. Yeah, PHP Storm. It is the good environment for PHP, but you cannot use it as it. You have to pay for this. So that's why it's PHP Storm. Oh, perfect. Perfect. It's good. It's cool because then you are more available. If you have PHP access to PHP Storm, then it's easy to debug and it recognizes all the syntaxes. And it's like when you program in IntelliGI, for example, I use IntelliGI IDEA for Java. It is really convenient to write software there because it understands all these libraries, etc. But we will do very hard coding, let's say so, yeah, in VS Code at the moment because we need to learn the basics and it's not difficult to understand these things. So let us try to have. But you see, I made it with index PHP, so it doesn't change basically everything. So if you refresh, you can see still you see hello world because if you put index HTML or index PHP to the web server, to the USB web server which supports PHP, then it doesn't matter whether you have index HTML or index PHP as the first website, because here it's important that you have index name, because if you write the address of the web page, it displays exactly index. If you change index to another letter like e main or something, it will not display it because it needs to find exactly the word index. And index PHP allows you to use PHP in this code. So that's why we will use index PHP. And at the moment, we need to create a basic structure for my chat. So let us try to do some kind of CSS programming, let's say so, and HTML at the moment. And then later we will do the things. So at the moment, we don't need the, okay, language English, let it be. So charset UTF-8, it's okay. So title document, I can create, for example, PHP chat. So we will create a chat application. We can try to put some meta tag, like if you want some meta tag, for instance, we can do, let's say so, I can write like meta like this, so it will be name is equal to and we can have like description for this, and we can write content. It will be chat application. These meta tags are needed for actually for SEO, for search engine optimization, uh, and that's why it's better to use them than your web page will be seen, so you can get used to them. And of course, we can use some CSS. Let us create some basic CSS. So I will create link relation style sheet. And I will use, let's say so, I will use here the words. I will create here some kind of style.css, the file, so that we need to use it. And here we can write style.css, so that we have an opportunity to have some styles as well in our case. And let us create here some kind of basic things. So we will have to create some kind of things where we need to put the chat for it, because now we have only hello world, but I want to get it out. And let us make some kind of div block. So, like when you switch it to PHP, it doesn't understand the language, basically, that one, and then it doesn't provide you to get this syntax of HTML. So you need to write it yourself, because when you do it on the HTML, then it's cool. So here I will put a block, and I will make it as a wrapper. It will be the first div, and here I will create, let's say so, the menu, and it will be like, here I will create the menu, and let us have it like this. So here I will create div, and also I have to close it. So I will create here the menu. So I will make it menu. So it will be like a kind of a menu for my chat. And now here I will create, for example, now welcome to my chat. So I will create some kind of a welcoming message. So it will be like in the paragraph style. And here in the paragraph style, I can make like class is equal some kind of welcome class. Yeah, so it means like the welcome message. And welcome to my chat, let's say so, like that. And now I need to close that one. Yeah, so here this will be like this. Let us see what we have at the moment. So if we just open this web page, so we can refresh what we have here. Oh my god, something is like blue. I don't know why it's blue. So let me see. Here I have content width, style CSS. Do I have any style CSS? No. Here we have ID wrapper, div menu, and welcome to my chat. Yeah, it is, but why it is blue, I don't really understand, because it shouldn't be like that. Let's say so. If I delete wrapper and delete menu, so let me see what is would be like this. It doesn't matter it because, but this is a kind of a strange thing. So chat application. So maybe I will delete the meta tag, and let us try to see. Well, it is still, you see here is welcome to my chat, but it's totally blue. I don't know what's the reason for that. So here, div, HTML, I don't have anything to do. One 155 lines of style CSS, yeah? So it adds some CSS. It's interesting, but maybe because I used like ID wrapper or something. Let me check, please. So this is interesting. Yes, maybe yes. I think so. It could be the problem, and then we can see that here we can, if you put it like that. Well, if I just switch it to this, let me inspect the element, and we can see that we basically have wrapper ID and class, and here you want to have, where do you have styles? And you have these styles here, yeah? Yeah, and I see there are so many of them. Okay, so this is like because of PHP probably, yeah, so then it is like that. Okay, I see, I see. Background and URL, so it means that it just starts to do something automatically, yeah, so this is like very interesting to see that. I haven't seen that before, actually. I don't know why it does like this, but okay, we understand that. But maybe let's do it. Doesn't matter. So we only need to have like welcome to my chat, so we can try to create then this class welcome. You can see then we can say if we make the class welcome, then we can try to make the color just white. And let us see what we have at the moment. So here we have for the P, yeah, so for the color white, and let us see in the target. So we need to have, okay, if we just make it without class, we can just try to have, it's very, I don't like that it is just doing some kind of this additional styles, but if we have the P, for instance, and if we have it like that, so it doesn't understand this. Very strange, because why it happens to have like style CSS, so why it takes like style sheet, href style CSS, maybe I can use like this, and let us try then. I will remove this language because it all the time asks to translate. It is not really nice as well. So let us try to have a look. Yeah, so then it removes the translation, but here we have welcome to my chat, and I don't know why it goes for. You also have the same problem, right? So yeah, so we can try to have. I can try to take this meta off, let's say so, and it is overriding. But how it is overriding? So here we have. We can try to see like PHP. How did you do that? Okay. You did it like this. Style, yes, color is equal white. Only like that, yeah. But it means that it doesn't change this style CSS, but it takes some other style. So here you did it like this, yeah. So style is equal. Yeah, and if we do like that, it works, yeah. But now I want to override it in this case if I want to have color white for PHP. So I want to take that one. For example, I want to cancel that here. I want to say if my style CSS works. So here, color white for P. Uh, And also here we have welcome class. And okay, even if you have a P, it is not overriding. Yeah. Okay, so then we have to forget about the style CSS at the moment. We can delete it, and we can delete it like this. So then if we do like that, so then what we have is we have just welcome to my chat like this. So it's very interesting what the maybe the current version of PHP in this language somehow generates the style, but the thing is what we have here. So this is like interesting. Okay, so here we have like that. Let us do the following, and then so we have welcome to my chat, and here we can try to create one more paragraph which will be log out. So if you want to log out from the chat, and if you want to log out from the chat, so you will have the log out. And here I have like maybe not log out, but I can write exit chat, exit chat, so that you can quickly exit the chat. But here I will create class logout. And here I can basically do some kind of things. So I can make like a button or something. So I will create the, this A tag, which is coming for the reference. So it will be like ID. I will put something like exit. So it will be the ID exit, and the H reference. I will just put the hashtag, so to make it like empty reference. So then it means like that. So what we have here is then if we refresh it, you will have like the button, so you can be able to do that like this. Yeah. So here we have welcome to my chat, and let us see. Now I want to make also the kind of a chat box. So here it is the wrapper. It will be everything inside there. So here we have the menu, and I would like to create a chat box. So I will create also div block, and it will be the following. So here I will give this ID chat box. So it will be our place where we will just write some chat generations. Yes, so here we can try to do that. And now we can create also the form where we just type some messages. So we'll just create a form, and in the form we will create a kind of a thing with the messages. So what we do with the form, and then here we can make like a name for the form. We need to name the form. We can name it as a message. Yeah, and we can calculate what will be the action on the form, but at the moment we will not do any action. And here we will create the input tag, the input field, let's say. So for the text, so name, we can make like a user message. So we can say user MSG, so it will be the user message, and we can say that it will be just text, so we can enter the type text, and also we can just say this is like having ID. It will be also user message, so the same as the name. Okay, here I have user. I can say user message. Here we have user MSG. So this we can do with the input tag, and let us see how it looks like at the moment. So we can see that here we have the user message for now. Yeah, and the next thing is we are going to make a kind of a button for sending. So it will be also input, and here we will use name submit message MSG. Yes, so it will be the button for submitting. So it will be type, not text, by submit. So it will be like if you took it like type submit, it will be the button, and then you have ID also will be submit MSG. And here also we can also make the value, for example, the value, because here you don't write the text, but you write the value, and here you can write like send. So it will be like the button with the word send. Let us see what will happen. And you can see now we will have like the button send. You can see here we have some kind of message. We can just try to send it like that. And here you can see the message appears. So, and here we have exit chat. So this is how we can work. Yeah. So here at the moment we have the following. And now we need to create a kind of a thing that basically let us make it a little bit nicer, maybe uh, with the thing that when we just log in, we need firstly to have a kind of let's say so we can try to have it like a display form, and we can try to make it so that we display this only if we have the login. So this is our chat. So here we will have welcome to my chat. But before we do welcoming to my chat, we can try to create a kind of login form. So when you try to enter the chat, then you have to see some kind of information where you have to enter your name. And after you enter your name, then you can go into this chat. So let us try to have a look how we can do that. And in order to do this, we can try to have, you see here is ID wrapper, and here is basically the doc type HTML. We can try to create basically the login form. And we can try to use the PHP. You know, PHP is a server language, and then you can try to have the PHP that it will become like something like this. You see, you can say function, but instead, in order to start PHP, you need to activate the PHP. So here you have to write PHP if you want to add some script. And you have to close the script like that. So you have to open the question mark and close with this. So here you can write the PHP script. And we can create, for example, something like that. You can write function, you can define the function, and you can find the function login form. So if it means that I can write like better like this. So you can create the function login form. And in this function, you will use some kind of, for example, echo. And here you can see what you want to display. So here you will have some kind of display of echo, and you can move it to the other side. So here you will be able to display basically the content of your echo. Here you can write, for example, div also, and you can make ID login form. And here you can also make a closing of the div. Yes, so let us make a closing of the div. And here we can write, for example, some paragraph. And we can try here, for example, type, please enter your name to continue. So let us try to see. Now nothing will change because we have here some PHP function. You can see the function is login form. And if we launch the page, basically nothing changes. But we can do the following now. We can create the thing like we can call the function login change, but using PHP before the wrapper. You can see here, for example, you can call PHP. So you can write PHP again, and you can close PHP. And here you can do, for example, you can call the login form. You can call this function. So if you call this function, look what will happen. So if you refresh, then you can see you have please enter your name to continue. So I hope you understand what PHP is doing, because here we have made the web page, but in PHP we have done this script and we called the function, but we defined the function in PHP, and this function is called here. You can see the very simple function which now echoes the content. And when you echo this content, you put it into the web page. So basically what you do, you just insert this content into your web page. And here you can see it is inserting it exactly here. And so on. Is it understandable, guys? So that's just something like. Okay, very good. And now you can see that we can make a kind of thing again here, for instance, ACO login form. And now we need to decide what we can do there for the login form. And now we can see that we can start basically do the following. So we can try to have the thing like when you have a kind of variable which is set, and then if this variable holds true, then you display the login form. If not, then you don't display the login form. So we can try to have like that. So here we can try to make some different logic, and in case of this PHP I can write like this. I can write if, and here I can write the syntax that if this if holds true, then I will make it so I will create the login form. But if it is not hold true, so if it is else, then I can make something different. And in this, I can put everything there. So here I can make like how to say the thing that I'm just how to say that I'm just putting all around. So here you can see else. So here, what is else? So here else I will display all these things. And here you see that I need to display that, but this part I can put not here, but I can put it in the end of the web form. So I can put it exactly in the end of that form, and I need to put it exactly here. But you see that this bracket will actually be closed here, but they don't understand, because here you have closed this PHP, and here you need to open the PHP again. So I need to open the PHP, and I need to close the PHP here. So, and this one will be understood. So this bracket actually means now, this bracket means that you have closed this one. Is it understandable? And here we can try to create some kind of condition. So when we display this, else we display that. So here we can write, for example, I don't know, if we have a kind of the thing like, you know, here we can try to enter some kind of variable. So if a equals 5, then we do like this, and here we can calculate a equals 5. So let us do like this, and let us try to enter the message. So here we can see here something is wrong, because I think there is a problem with the definition of the variable, because we need to create, if we want to define the variable, we need to put it like that. And here we can try to put the following as well. So this is like the variable, because we cannot define the variable in the other way. Oh, sorry. So there is some kind of, yeah. So here is like this. And here you have to define the variable in PHP like the $sign. And now if you can try to, you can see now, you see you have only enter your name. But if I have here, for example, A7, then you will have welcome to my chat. So we can try to figure out whether we have this or that. So we can display either this or that depending on the variables. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So does it work? Yes. Now it works. Okay. So now what we need to see, we need to make it so that we need to make it like there is the form, and it makes the command please enter your name. And we can do like this. So when you enter your name, then you can display the main chat, because without your name it is like not possible to display the main chat. Is it understandable? So now we need to get it like that. So we need to make it like work in this case. So we need to write the name, and we need to write the not only the name, but here we can try to create the more login form. So we have to create like maybe please enter your name to continue. I can create like that. And I want to make also some additional things. I will create a form, and this is the form. And here we will create something like that. So if we enter a form, so we need to perform the action, and the action will be performed to the same website, which is index PHP. So it means that when we do something to the form, then we do it like this. And the method how we use it will be post. Method used is post. So let's just do like this. So what does it mean? That the form will be activated if you do submit the form, then you activate the index PHP, and you submit the form using the method post. Because you know there are two different methods. There is a method get, there are different methods, and when you have a method post. So now we have to make a form, and we need to please enter the name. So we can create like a kind of label in the form. So in the label, we can do like um, what is written there. So here we have name. For example, we can write name. So it is like, and then you can have the label for what? Uh, for something. So I will write here name as well, because I will create some kind of field with the name. And now here I will, I will create also the input label, input form, and I will give it type text, because we will write, and I will give this name. The name will be just name. So here it will be name. So the label will be also for this name. And then I can provide the ID, also name. So now we will be able to have the label here. Let us try to see what we have. And now if we refresh, so we need to change this to 5 now to display this part, yeah. And then you can see that here will be please enter your name to continue. And then you will have the name, yes. So here we can also use, for example, not this dash, but you can use like this, and it will be like the following. So you can have the particle name, yeah. But now we need to submit, and we will put another input, and here will be type submit, and the name will be also enter, for example. So it's like we enter the name, and ID will be enter, and also the value can be enter. And then let us see what we have. If we just put it like this, then you can say you will be able to enter the name, and you can see we make the index PHP already. Because if you just open the localhost, then if you activate it, it will be the index PHP. And if you have here, for example, something, then you don't see the name here because it is using the method post. If you are using the method get, for example, here you can use the method get. Then if you right click on that, you can see here if you enter something, you can see using the method get, everything is located there. But if you're using the method post, then it is not displaying it in the web browser link. I hope you understand what is the difference between get and post. Yeah, one of the differences. And at the moment we see that here we have created a function, login form. So we can display this function only if we don't have the name. But if we have the name, we don't need to display the function. I hope you understand that. So that's why we have to make like the name, and when you have like if you want to display that name, we need to basically display that. So now we need to have let's say a possibility to display the name. So now, and we need to figure out, for example, I would like to enter the name. I would like to enter the name, and I would like to show this. But here I have the login form. You can see here is the login form, and the login form is only when the name is not defined. So now let us try to see if we don't define the name, but in order to have this one, we can try to create a session. So here, what is interesting, when we start the PHP, we can try to create a session. And in this case, if when we create a session, then we can do like that. So here I will create a session. I will write the special thing like session start. So this is the special function which starts the session on the case. And here in basically, if I start the session, okay, so here I will start the session, and here I have the function login form. But in the function login form, I know this one is here. I want to make like, you start when you have the login form, you activate the index PHP, and we need to get the name. So here we have to get the name, and now if we have to activate the enter, you can see here is the enter input. So if we activate the name, so we need to firstly understand that what happens if you activate the enter. And if you activate the enter, then you need to basically have understand one thing. Here you can determine that you have pressed the enter. If you want to have the enter, so here you have the special kind of thing. As you see, you submit the form and you activate the index PHP and use message post. So if you want to have, if you press the enter, then you need to know this is kept in the special kind of variable. So if, for example, here you can write is set. It is the special variable for function for the PHP. And here I can just drop what is set. And now the enter, the enter is put. So here I will write the variable, which is post. So it means that using the post method. And here I can write what else is there. It was enter. So if I use the post enter, so here, if post enter is active, if it is set, then I need to have, for example, a is equal 5. For example, a is equal 5. Yeah, I can write like a equals 5. And here you see that here you have a is equal, so I can just comment it. And now we can try to make it like that. Look what will happen if I just save it. If I say, okay, so now if I press enter, nothing changes, but see, if I do like that, okay, you see, now it is sent like that, but it is 5. So if it is not 5, so here we have, okay, but now if we just refresh, and here we have, so if it is 5, then we have login form. If it is not 5, then it is like not login form. Okay, here we have, okay, if it is not 5, so maybe here we can write like this. And now we can try to have a look. You see, now we have enter, and now you see what happens. I pressed enter, and then I put it there. So do you understand that? You see here, I have press your name to continue. If I press enter, I go to that. Do you understand the logic what I did? And other guys, do you understand that? So it means that you can see you have the session start. If you make the session over, will it work? We can try to see. So we can try to welcome to my chat. And if I press see, you see it also. So session at the moment is not important. The only thing like you have the post, because this one is the post enter method. So you just take this one, you have the login form, and if it is set, then it is like that. But if it is not set, then it's not 5. And you can see if it's not 5, then you have the login form. If it is 5, then you automatically go to the login form. I hope you understand that. And you see, logic is very simple. So here you have the you have it like that. So if you have enter, then it is the following. And if you press just enter, you just enter. But it is not very interesting because you need to enter your name. And if you enter your name, then you can go inside. If it's not entered your name, then you cannot say like this. So for that's why it is important to say basically if we have the name done. Because you see here what is important, that now we worked with the method post, we activated index PHP, and we read about submission of the pressing enter. If we press enter, we do some action, we go here. So if this one is pressed, here basically is said if enter is pressed, you can do it like that. But if enter is pressed, a is 5, but we can make it a different way. So now we can try to have if name is pressed, then it will be fine. So now I will make how to make it. So if I have some entered some name, so I will make it like that. So here I will put a is 5 only in the case when it is set. So here I will return it to this place. So now we can, I will put additional if, that if name is set, because you see here you set the name. So if you don't set anything the name, then it is like it is not set. But now I need to make it. So if you see we are sending it to the method post. So there is a special kind of variable in PHP, which is post. So I can say like that. I can write the variable post. You see, that's one post. And now what shall I write here? If I want to speak about name, about the label name, about this field, you can see I have here ID, name, and name. So it means that here now I need to use not enter, but name. So here you can say, and you can figure out what is that for. If you have this here, for example, enter, here I have name. So it means that if you have this name defined, but now I want to make it like that. So it is not equal to the empty line. You see, so if it is not equal to the empty line, then you can enter this one. And now look what will happen. If I just go to here, and if I want to display the local host, so now you need to enter your name to continue. If I press enter, you see it doesn't go anywhere because there is no name inside. It is empty. But as soon as I write some name and I enter, it goes inside. Do you understand that? And this is what you do with the code. Yes, so here what you do with the code, this is what you do with the code. So other guys, do you have any? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so here you have if is set post enter. Yeah, and then here you have not equal doesn't equal to, then yeah, should be fine. But you have, wait, go there. You have this bracket which is in the line 8. Are you sure it is a figured bracket or it is normal bracket? It's curly bracket, yes. So it should be the curly bracket. Okay, then it's fine. Then should be fine. Okay, and show me how you open this one. So show me how you have it. Ah, you see, you need to delete all these ideas. Also index PHP, just delete it. Yeah, and now enter. It's to, so use another browser then, because sometimes it has the cookies, and then you can it is still kept there the information. I know that sometimes it is like that. So you can clean the cookies for this web page, and then you can clean also the thing, and then you can try again. So then it could be. But try this if you have to use another browser, so it shall work. For others, it's also understandable. Yes. So here you can see that we have the following, and now we can see that we have basically even without session. So we can have the branch. So if you have entered your name, then you can enter. Then you can enter this form. So here, if you entered your name, then you can enter this form. I hope it is understandable. And so now what we need to do is we need to figure out how we can exit the chat, but we can do it afterwards. We can say, but now we can have the logout session as well. So we can have the logout, and we can also say if you have the logout, we need to figure out what will happen to the logout. And now we can try to have session name. So here we can try to have basically the meaning for, let's say so like that. So here, if we have the enter, so we have to work with this, and here we can enter the name. So example Patrick. And if I put enter, I want this name to appear here. Welcome to chat. Welcome to chat. Yes. So welcome Patrick, or maybe I can say like welcome Patrick. And how do I make it? Because you can see that here now I say welcome to my chat, and I want to have this welcome Patrick. So welcome the name. So we need to figure out how to get it, and we can try to have the following. At the moment, we just keep the things there. Doesn't work, yeah? Yeah, sure, I will send it. I sent the whole code. You can just copy it and insert it. Okay, so here you go. It's okay, yeah. So there was some kind of, I don't know, maybe a little minor mistake, and so on. Okay, so look what we do now. We have here a is equal 5, and if we have 5, that's cool. But I want to make it like that. So when you enter the name, so you have it like a special session name. So here, as you see, I have started the session start, and I have now commented to show that now it is not important. But now if you speak with this session, it's important sometimes to work without refreshment. If you don't do something, then you have to keep the session variables. And now I want to do the following. I want to create basically the session name. So here if I want to, if I start the session, so I can write here like a is equal 5. I want to write like this. If I start the session, so in the session I have some kind of variables, and for this session I want to have the variable, for example, name. And here if I want to have the session variable name, I want to give it to the post name. So here I want to make like the thing. I want to make it equal to the session post, and here I can write name. So I just want to make it like that. So you just get the new variable session name. And then after this, I want to display this session name in the welcome page. So here, when I do the welcoming, I want to create basically this session name, this name. So here you see that when there's login form, and here I have welcome to my chat, and I want to have it like this. So I want to have welcome, and I want to have comma, and here I would like to create basically the session name, but I want to make it in bold, so it will be in bold, and here also bold. So here there is exclamation mark, afterwards it's fine, but inside this bold I want to make the session name. So then I have to open the PHP code as well, because I want to use the PHP, and then I can insert the PHP code here. And what I need to do, I just need to echo, I just need to display the session name. So here I will write the session, and here I will write this name. So look what will happen. Now, I am not guaranteeing you that it will work, but you can try, and you can see now we can have here, for example, Patrick. And if you enter, you can see welcome Patrick. You can see, so now it works, and you can say that you can get here the name of the session, because you have opened the session and you just get the name of the session. And you can say you have this variable which is in the session, and then it is like that. If you have, for example, refreshed the page, and if you enter, you see it doesn't work anymore. And here, if you have Patrick, now you enter, you see the session. But if I refresh, you can see it's still there. Yeah, but if I put here somewhere, you can see it doesn't work anymore because I have the form handler. So here, what is important that if I have, for example, hello, and you have the word hello. And now, if you want to send something, if you want to send, what happens that when you send the form, then when you just do the sending, you refresh you make the action on the form, and everything that is stored in the session is like deleted, and you don't have actually these variables anymore. So that's why we need to figure out how to do that, because you have the button, and if you just press it, you activate it, and it's not possible to perform like the do's. And here is the very important moment, because when you just do, for example, Patrick is the name, you can see now I made it, but as soon as I press send, what happens? It goes away because it deletes the thing. Because you see what happens in the code when you do the form, you have action, you have here action. So for message, you have action. But if I have here index.php, for instance, it doesn't really change anything. And if I put here like index PHP, and you can make like in the form, for example, method post, you can use like method post, let's say, so because by default it's get. So, but if you just refresh, if you enter this, you see you have the chat. If you send anyway, you just press it, and then the value of the session name disappears, and the value of the name is also disappears. Do you understand that? And do you know what can be the solution? Because when we now have these messages, you see that if you enter your name, you now have Patrick, you have your name, and now I want to send a message. I want just to press, I want to type something here, and I want to send a message. But when I send the message, why it goes exactly here? Because the name you gave disappears. Because you're pressing the form and you activate the form and this disappears. Do you understand? And do you know how to deal with this? And do you know what is the problem? What is this problem? Because here, it is you need to understand this, like when you do with this backend, etc. So as soon as you submit the form, then you refresh the page. Like you submitted the form, so all these variables which are stored in the memory, they refresh. And it means that it is not possible to keep this variable like name, etc. anymore, because after you submit the form, after you submit the form, here, for example, after you submit the form, this one, then it is disappearing. So you just lose the. You see here is like is set, enter. So you just enter is set, and here you have the name, and then you have the session name. But as soon as you uh, submit the form, then this data disappear. And in order to make them work, we need to use different kind of possibilities, and one of them is to use jQuery library, because it allows update something without refreshing the web page. And this is one of the principles how we can use this thing. And here we can also say maybe like that. You see, I can improve a little bit like this session. So here, if set post is entered, then if post name is this name. But here I can also see here is this like a equals 5. But if a equals 5, we do like that, so we can better maybe modify it without this 5, because 5 we don't need. But we can also uh, speak about other things. But at the moment, I want you to let us do like this. We can do here the following. First of all, I want to improve one thing, that here if we attach the session name which we enter, and we can have some kind of errors. Look, for example, here I want to enter like this, and you can see it doesn't display anything. And if I want to enter, like for example, this P and then PHP, for example, something like that, what will happen? You see something wrong there. But if I want to use, for example, HTML like that, then it is going to do the following. But if I have some kind of character, which is I wanted to make an error or something, so if I want to have a equals 6, this works. But if I want to have, it is a string variable, yeah, but I want to have like this, for example. It also works, but yeah, sometimes when I split something like PHP, it is also works. Okay, so this works, but I want to make it secure because there are special characters. And if there are special characters in the name, then they cannot be displayed. For example, hello, if I write like this, like then you can see nothing is displayed because I use the special character, which is this one. And if you have this one, but maybe you want to have it in your nickname, but you cannot have it in your nickname because you see here is you have it, but as you put here, for example, like that, then you don't have it because it understands it as a tag. And in order to exclude this, we need to make the following. I will make it so that if you have session name, I will use so-called strip slashes. Strip slashes. It is a special function which is okay. So here I think I have done some kind of strip slashes, and in this function I can put like this, and here HTML special characters. So here I will use HTML special chars, and I can put it like that. So it means that now, look, if I enter the name like this before, I will have it. Because it now understands that if I have some different special characters, they will be understood as a text. So this is important to understand. So this is why I'm putting it in the following way. And now we can do like this. For example, if you have this one, you can also create else. For example, if you have this part, you can also create else. If and here you can use the thing that what happens if you have else, and here you can echo. For example, here you can echo some of the things like. Uh, you can enter, for example, please enter the name again. Please enter the name. And look, so now if we do like that, and then we can create this following. So if you press enter, oh, so here, yeah. Esl, yes, sorry. Else. Thank you for noticing. This is really cool. And here you can see, please enter your name to continue. And here you have, but please enter your name to continue. You can see enter please enter the name. You can see there is the error already. Yes, so here, please enter the name. And if you enter, please enter the name, and then like this. So here we can also, maybe we can write, please type in the name or your name. Please type in your name, and we can create some HTML, for example, for this as well. So we can create a span tag, which is a special tag for some kind of things, and we can make it a class error. So and then we can create it, for example, different style, so that. And now we can see that if you send it here, you enter the name. If you don't enter name, we can say, please type in your name. But if you don't type in your name, then you do like this. So, but it will be actually some kind of a message which you are going to use. And here you can see now if you don't have it. So if you enter, so you will have here the message, please type in your name. Yes, so this like that. Okay. So the thing is now more or less nice, but now we need to speak about. You understood that if you mention a message, if you want to submit a message here, then it will be going again because it will delete the previous case. So what we need to do, we need to understand how we can use asynchronous entering of these messages. And here we will make with you the next lesson the thing that when we submit the message, it will be displayed, but it will not affect. So when you just click the enter, when you click the send button, it will not disappear, because now as soon as you click send button, so you don't even define any actions, but you already are going back to the initial page, because here we have some kind of problem with entering the data there. So what is necessary to do? We need to create a different phase. So here, for example, if we do you understand the idea? So here we need now to make it so when you are entering your name, you are in the chat, and when you press sending a message, if you want to press message send, it will not go to the initial web page, because it will not cancel all these variables which we define. And we will see how to do it with the jQuery. But this we will do the next lesson. Is it understandable? Yeah. And now, please, what you need to do, I give you some individual homework, so you can try to create when you see here, when you press this one, when you press exit chat, it needs to go to some other place, and when you press exit chat, then it will open like the page. It will not display this chat anymore, but it will display back this place, and here it will write goodbye your name. So can you do like this? So if you like you need to program it yourself. Basically, when you enter your name, you enter here, but when you exit chat, when you press exit chat here, yeah. So what you need to do when you press it, you need to return to initial condition, but apart from this, there should be one more text, goodbye and your name. Is it possible? Yeah. Can you try to do that? Yes. So this is like for you to think about a little bit. Yeah. So okay. Yes, Alexei, you have raised your hand, or is it was okay. This is okay. Good. Well, so this is how we do. So I will stop recording for now.